Right now we're just being silly right now. Okay, so we just want to like figure out what we want to do right now. Yeah. All right. So off the rip for a. This is very very loud. I'm not gonna lie. So I have a new microphone. Throw this down. My ears hurt. I'm a silly baby. Apparently. Um. Yeah. So this is title of the video. Boom. How I improved my connection with my sister. All right. So what are we talking about? Yeah, like yeah, it's very difficult to like be around people you want to be around. You know what I mean? And so like managing relationships are hard. And like even I can even like say this for like relationships within like I don't know my friend groups. You know what I mean? Like I don't know you have people from high school, and you don't talk to them again. You know what I mean? Like and it just stops being a thing. How do you navigate that? You know what I mean? Right. So here's a story. Right. Um, there's a problem that was like happening with my sister and everything. Like I feel like I don't really invest myself into like relationships, like or like just like platonic, relational, romantic or like familial and everything. Like I try to set it to like the bare minimum because like I don't know, for me, I feel myself as like a very busy person, right? But the issue like that was like happening recently was like my sister because like she was like moved out and everything like it was difficult to sort of like I don't know to manage her because like when you have someone who is like I don't know say like how do I say this like suicidal or like someone who's like I don't know in terms of like their well being very being very like vulnerable like I don't know I felt like I really need to like kind of step up and everything right to really like protect her in terms of like not wanting to like I don't know end herself so I don't know I was like online I guess you can say and I was watching like an Ali Abdal video or like just a video in general about like productivity and stuff like that and generally like when you have relationships, right, that you have to manage, because like I don't know, they are things that you have to manage. These are things that actually you have to like put an effort in and everything. It's not like something you can just like wish it happened, right? You really need to like actually have a system for it. Like anything really in life, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, if you want to make money, you need a system for that. If you want to work out, you have to like I don't know, work out. I don't know, 6 days a week, right? Like what I'm doing. I know it doesn't look like it, but yeah, like you need to have systems in place in which you gotta do things because like I don't know in terms of like relationships like yeah you can live in the same house but like I don't know I it's hard to like group everyone together you know what I mean unless you got freaking I mean like even regardless like I don't know of any situation like it's really hard to like bring my family together and I don't know so in the video I was watching like I don't know like the creator of the video says like okay so he has a wife and everything and like they just have like a daily like a weekly date night you know what I mean and that's fantastic because like obviously like it's not spontaneous right but I think what that teaches us is that like you create less fiction right and that's what you got to do because like think about like school right like you see someone you see someone 5 days a week right or like work 5 days a week right and so like it's very 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 easy to sort of like be around people who like become your friends you know what I mean like you literally become friends by proximity sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, your neighbor. I mean, okay, I don't talk to my neighbor, but I mean, like, I don't know. If you were in a dorm room or like dorm, right, you'd probably like be friends with your neighbor generally, or at least like, situations in which like it's very easy to sort of like be around. Um, I keep phasing out and forgetting what I'm talking about. So, yeah. So, yeah, like just have a system for things, So, like, in my situation, right, I find that like I'm with my sister. No, I scheduled that every 2 weeks I will visit my sister because like I don't know. I feel like if I do daily, right, that's too frequent, and weekly still too frequent. Every 2 weeks, I think that's very perfect. And yeah, and then like I think like maybe if I have an activity that would help a lot. It first kind of started out as like, okay, yeah, we have a bunch of like cool little ideas about like, you know, what I can do with my sister, but like we really didn't do that. But I think generally it's what we did instead was like I just help her, I just visit her, and then like I don't know, just hope things kind of work out. I mean, to be fair, like me and her, what you call, we just have a vibe, you know, and I think this is pretty good. Um, but I think advice I've gotten before is that like I don't know, in terms of like dating stuff. So let me go. I read this a while ago. I haven't actually finished it, as you can see. Sorry if the bookmarks are amazing, but there's so many voice noises coming from my face hole. Um, yeah, in the book it was like talking about like I don't know how you really need to like not you don't need to, but I mean it is recommended that like I don't know maybe in order to meet women that you want to meet, consider creating a party. You know what I mean? Like say like taco night, you know, and then you invite like three friends, you know, and hope that they bring like three female friends. You know what I mean? Plus ones, right? Or like what is it? Freaking yeah, just like do taco night or like do board games or like I don't know do something fun. You know, something that you can like reoccur or like barbecue night. Like that's cool. You know what I mean? And like I don't know, other advice is like I don't know really like social relationships are hard to manage, you know what I mean? Like, but if you have a sort of like reoccurring event, people can like always go to, and like people know what the event is, and then it's fun, and you meet other people, and like I don't know, you just gain social capital from just like doing that, right? So I don't know. For me, I feel like I don't know. This is like a micro study, and like I don't know my relationship with my sister. Like I don't know, we've done this currently for like I don't know 4 cycles now, or at least like 2 months. Yeah, 2 months. And like I don't know, I wouldn't say my relationship has gotten better with my sister. I do think, however, that she is not as sad, not as suicidal anymore. You know what I mean? Like, no, she actually like really enjoys the things that we do. Like, for the first 2 times, it was like me and her going to Walmart, and then like we're just doing groceries with her, and she like cooks me food and stuff like that. And like I don't know, it might be small, right? But like I think it really helps her feel happy that like she's like seen, or like that she's being taken care of, or at least she's taking care of me more so actually feeding me. But like I think knowing that someone is there for you, I think that's very very important for her, right? um I think I don't know, I guess in my case like I am also trying to like do dating and everything, right? And I think maybe what kind of works in a very similar way is that like, and I'm planning to like I don't know do a recurring thing where like I visit the same places. You know what I mean? And when you do that, you kind of like I don't know, instead of like bringing the social circle to you, you actually kind of go out and find the social circle. If that makes sense. Trying to like culminate people, right? We're catching people in the wild, right? I guess that's what Pokemon is. Just collecting friends along the way. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So I don't know. I recommend it that people like do this, like instead of like trying to like, oh, I hope I find a friend, like just or no, trying to like really build your relationships, like just try to do that, right? Um, yeah, I think that's all for the most part. Um, one side note I'll say is so I think one thing that really helps as well is like is at least like putting it into your calendar, or at least some way to like find a recurring view, right? So like for me, I use Notion, and I have like a database, if that makes sense, or like just like a checklist, and like I don't know, it's kind of like you just have it like recurring, right? So mine, you can like say like oh every 2 weeks and stuff like that, and like I don't know, it works out, you know. So yeah, but yeah, like I don't know, go out there, make new friends, and just do that. You know what I mean?